two great games by this team, especially the defensive performance. What has stood out about the details that are being executed that allow you all to shut down teams?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it in the meetings, and I think we just try, don't give any rush chances, stay above them, and it's a learning process, and I think we're going pretty good right now. The last two games, and yeah, I think we just gotta make it more consistent, and if we play like that, it's hard for the other team to break through.
Part of that is the energy that this group is bringing as well. What is allowing you all to bring that pressure for a full 60 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to be skating. We want to start from first shift. We want to, make them uncomfortable, and that's got to be our mindset. And yeah, we got to do it over 60 minutes. It's not always easy, but as I said, that should be our mindset, and we got to do it for the full game.
When it comes to learning about different ways that this team can generate offense, what are some of the lessons that you all are learning that will help this group push, whether it's defensemen getting pucks through or people just getting those gritty goals?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be always pretty. Sometimes, an easy shot, gets dangerous. It pops besides the net, and somebody's right there to put it in. And we just gotta, have a lot of shot attempts. Be hungry around the net, and as you said, getting pucks through. I think that's a big key, and we do that. I think we're gonna have successful O-zone.
Jack has been put on the PK recently. What is he bringing with his skill and his speed that has allowed him to be a positive force on that?
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. He's a smart player. He can read the passes as well. I think that's something we try to do. Kind of create some momentum, offensive momentum in the PK, and I think he had a couple of shifts where he stripped the puck and went the other way, and I think he's doing a good job.
And just with the penalty kill in general, being able to use so many different forwards this year has allowed everyone, say you've had a long shift, to take a seat for that one. How has the forward buy-in really helped that penalty kill just get stronger?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's huge if you have like a big group that can, play PK. If everybody's kind of interchangeable. It makes it a little easier for the coaches, and I think everybody's on the same page. Everybody kind of works the same way, and if we just work as a unit, we're going to be successful.
What do you think it says about how this group has evolved maturity-wise over the last couple of years? That a game like last night where you're playing well, but the goals aren't coming yet, against a team that's just waiting for you to break down and make a mistake and try to force it, and you get stuck with it and never broke from that. Yeah,
I think that's, as you said, it's a kind of maturity. Maybe a couple of years ago we would have forced, to score the goals, but at some point we would, kind of break in, open up the game a little bit, let the other teams, get their chances, and I think this year, or with this group, we're a little older, we're, more experienced, and I think, it's just knowing how to manage the game. Don't give them anything, don't give them any life, and I think we've been doing a pretty good job with, not give them a lot, and just kind of play our game over 60 minutes.
And obviously, Pesci's been blocking tons of shots, playing great defense. I'm sure it had to feel good to see another one of your blue line mates get his first in there yesterday.
Yeah, it was. We were all happy to see that. He's been waiting for it, and he's doing a lot for this team, and see him on the scoreboard yesterday. I think everybody in this room was really happy for that.
You do as a penalty killer and using that as a base. Do you remember when you first started getting those opportunities, who you looked at around the league, like whether it's in this locker room or elsewhere, and what sort of things were you trying to pick up on as you're learning that type of play?
Obviously there's a lot. I mean, obviously throughout my years here, we had a lot of older veteran penalty killers that obviously I looked at a lot, like Jack and guys like that, and Nico has played ever since first game, so obviously I've tried to study him, but we're kind of like a little different players too, and I think that kind of where me and Jack maybe learned a little bit from each other and talked to each other, and we watch some guys like Toronto usually has Marner and Matthews killing together, and then just like good skating players that can go the other way as well. So I think that's kind of where we have clicked now. We both want to play with the puck. We want to pressure the puck. We're skaters. We can put pressure on other guys. So that's kind of where I think our success has been. And I'm excited. He's obviously a lot of fun to play with. So I enjoy us getting more ice time.
What type of questions does he ask maybe, or did he start asking at the very beginning when he started taking on this role to you in particular? Is there anything that stands out, or just...
Nothing special. He knows the game so well, so there's nothing special. Maybe some kind of reads what to do if he wants, if I want him to go or stay, or when do we shrink in, when do we pressure a little bit, stuff like that. But he's such a smart player. He knows when to do it. He trusts his instincts, and I think that's when we're successful too.
And how important is that to have a player like yourself, like him, who trusts their own instincts, but you play with each other so much that you trust each other's instincts, right? Like that's an added dynamic that you have.
Yeah, for sure. No, you have to do that. If there's miscommunication, there's stuff when you're not on the same page. Obviously, that's when it creates separation and space for the other team. So we obviously talk a lot to each other and try to learn from it, and just use our instincts and know that both of us kind of are similar type of player in that sense.
Outside of this locker room, who do you kind of admire as a penalty killer?
Oh, wow.
I'm sure there's
a lot of guys. I mean,
who stands out to you?
I mean, one guy that I watched a lot growing up, and even in my years now, still watch him sometimes, is Marchand. I mean, he's been one of the toughest players that I know playing against. I mean, you know how hard he pressures, you know how good of a skater he is when you have the puck on a power play, and I kind of look through a player like that and say, okay, how can I be this player? How can I create as much miscommunication and slow the other team down and just be this tough player to play against?
When you look at Jack in particular, using his hockey IQ and understanding and reading the situations well, how have you seen that allow him to be effective on the penalty kill specifically?
I mean, he's an offensive guy, so the good thing that he has is that he always wants the puck, so he makes good reads even without the puck to pressure the puck to get it back. I mean, sometimes you sometimes you have to sit back and you have to be a little more protect the middle of the ice. You can't rush too much, but I think when you are a guy that always wants the puck, you want to have the puck on your own stick, you become good at pressuring, you become relentless in your pressure of getting the puck back, and I think that's why he's been successful.
When you see so many forwards that are able to contribute on the penalty kill and help share the minutes, and every time you guys get that clear, it's fresh bodies on, how do you feel that has fueled the success of the penalty kill this year?
Oh, it's good. I mean, we have a lot of guys that can be out there. We have a lot of guys that we trust, and I mean, obviously that's good. We want to play in a very high-paced game, and especially on the PK, we want to pressure the puck constantly, and then we need a lot of fresh bodies. So, I mean, the team has been doing a good job that way.
Seeing the energy that's been brought from this team in recent games, how are you able to sustain that through a more 60-minute effort recently?
I mean, the more we play that way, the more we understand what's our concept of winning, and I think the last couple of games, our defensive play has been taking a step forward, and I think that's just what we got to continue doing. I mean, obviously we can add a little more offense than small details to our offense to create more scoring chances, more second chances, and score more goals. But I think that we understood as a group, but made it successful defensively against tough teams.
You mentioned Marner and Matthews. I'm curious, at the beginning when Sheldon first came here, did he show you or talk to you and Jack a bit about, like, not just on the PK, but how those guys maybe use their speed and skill to create some extra offense with their defense, and how you guys could add some of that or take a little of that would add more to your games?
Not really so much about them. He was more about like what can me and Jack do to be a better version of ourselves. Not so much looking at other guys what they do good, or more kind of showing us the areas where we have been so successful, and how we can become even more successful, be more threats, and play better with the puck. So not so much about showing us what other guys do, more about what we do to be better.
And on the maturity front in this team, how have you seen it develop, particularly like a game like yesterday against a team that is just waiting for you to get frustrated and try to force it and make a mistake, and even though the goals didn't come until late in the second period, you never got frustrated, stuck with the plan eventually?
I mean, we want to be a team that can win every sort of game. Every game is not going to be a game when you win 5-on-5-2 and pucks bounces in, and there's transition games constantly and all that stuff. Some games are really hard, and it's little space out there, it's little time, not a lot of things happen throughout the game, and you got to manage to win those games too. And I think that's what we did a good job yesterday too. Maybe play a game that maybe wasn't fully in our favor of the way how we play, but we still stuck to it, and we won a tough game that gave us two very big points.